So guys, if you are an international student and you intend to move to Czech Republic, all right, anytime soon, probably this is already May. If you have an admissions letter already and you intend to move to Czech Republic, understand that there are things you need to know, all right? There are things you need to know in order to immigrate to this particular country in Europe. But again, understand that Czech Republic is one of those countries in Europe, and again, the economy is somehow stable, though you cannot be comparing Czech Republic to Germany, all right? Now, so today I will be talking about some of the things you need to know about Czech Republic when it comes to work, visa, accommodation, all right, and so many other things, documents and cost of living. First, let me start with the issue of studies. If you must move to Czech Republic using a student visa, you should understand that it may take you a lot of time, all right? Probably maybe 3 to 4 months. Yeah, sometimes 3 to 4 months for you to get the visa to Czech Republic. I know of someone who applied and it took him around 3.5 months for him to receive the visa. That's how some of these embassies are, especially the Czech embassy. Sometimes it's really difficult to get documents, okay? So if you are applying as a student or as an international student from anywhere around the world, understand that it can take you a long time to get the Czech visa, all right? Now, moving further, if you already have the admissions letter and you must move to Czech Republic, first you have to apply for a visa, all right? Because if you do not apply for a visa, there is no way you can move to Czech Republic. So now, how do you apply for the visa? You have to apply via the consulate or the embassy in your home country, all right? And for you to apply for this visa, know that there are required documents you need to submit. I hope you understand. So most of the documents, I will be checking my jotter over here so that I don't get confused, all right? Then also understand that some of these documents will need a longer time to get from authorities, so you have to start the process as early as possible. Like I said, if you are to study by winter and you have an admissions letter already, do not waste more time and say that you are wasting time, you want to apply for visa late and just move. No, it will, because your visa is going to take a lot of time, all right? I am saying this because I know what I'm talking about. And again, understand that I already talked about the visa and you are going to be applying using documents. I will be listing some of the documents here and I'll be explaining more, okay, so that you can understand what I'm talking about. Now, the first document you need to apply for this Czech student visa is your passport, all right? Without a passport, you cannot apply for a visa to Czech Republic, and it's very, very necessary. Make sure your passport is 6 months and above, all right? Then the other document you need is your cover letter. You need to explain on top of your cover letter why you want to migrate or immigrate to Czech Republic, all right? Because it's very necessary the embassy know before they are granting you any visa or something. Again, you need 2 passport size photographs, okay? 2 passport size photographs. I think, yeah, there should be 2, not 1. There should be 2 because you never can tell. Maybe the other one may be bad or have a different dimension because the embassy is very strict, eh? It's very, very strict. They will not listen to you. And now, for those who are in Cameroon that intend to move to Czech Republic, there is a consular in Douala. You can check on Google. You will always find the consular in Douala. Send them an email and find out if they can give you a student visa to Czech Republic, all right? If not, otherwise, you have to go to Abuja, Nigeria. Or is it Lagos? Abuja, Nigeria. Yes, it's possible to get your Czech visa from these 2 places, all right? Or check in your own home country. I don't know where you are watching from. Guys, again, before I move further with this video, please put in the comment section and tell me where you are watching this video from. I would like to know where you are watching from, all right? Thank you so much for understanding. So, continuing with the other documents you need also a proof of accommodation. Please also understand that Czech Republic, the language you will find people day-to-day people speak is the Czech language, all right? They don't speak English that much. Excuse me, guys. They do not speak English that much. Okay, so of course they are going to, let me say, you may find a lot of people who speak just the language, all right? And in this case, you have no choice rather than to learn, all right? So when you learn the language, you are not learning the language for somebody, guys. You are learning for your own self, and because you want to interact with the officials or the Czech people often, okay? It's very, very important that you should learn the language, okay? Now, I'm not saying that it is the language spoken in schools. I already explained that to you, so you should understand that already. Now, the next document I'm going to be talking about is I already talked about the accommodation letter, and make sure the accommodation letter is converted to the Czech language, all right? And again, make sure your documents individual documents are converted to a Czech language. Then a document like your certificates, your WAEC, your bachelor's degree, they have to pass through the Ministry of Education. If you graduated from Cameroon, you have to take them to the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Foreign Affairs, all right, or your university. Then if you are from Nigeria, take your documents to the Ministry of Education and Foreign Affairs, all right. For Ghanaians, I do not know how the situation is in your own home country, but you can always verify, okay. Then after those I'm talking about your WAEC, your NECO, and your bachelor's degree now, all right. If you want to do more, you have to provide it's not as if you want to do more, you have to show a medical test, all right. This medical test has been conducted on you, and the things that were done were syphilis and is it HIV? I can't remember, but they have to do syphilis, they have to do HIV or something, and they will also do tuberculosis, all right. It's very, very important. Then that is the medical test. They have a lot of doctors, okay. So for medical tests and the translators, you can contact the embassy or the consulate to verify from them if they have let me say specified translators that can give you these documents, okay. Then for the criminal record, you already have it, all right. You know where to get the criminal record. Now when you gather all these documents, all right, something fell from my hand, sorry guys. When you gather all these documents, all the documents I mean, you now have to take them to the embassy, all right. There are questions that will be asked to you. The embassy will ask you certain questions or specific type of questions, okay. I will come to the questions very soon. But remember, you have an appointment at the embassy, so you have to show up at the embassy, I mean, on the day of the appointment very early, all right? There are things you need to know, all right? During the interview, you will be asked personal questions about the whereabouts, all right, the intended trips and other travel. Like if you have traveled before, you will be asked all these things, and where are you going to, what are you going to be doing, and other things. You will be asked things like this. Now, let me elaborate more about some of the questions. I'm looking at my Jota over here, guys. Some of the questions that we will be asked, all right, include which countries in the Schengen are you planning to visit? Remember, you are applying for a Schengen visa, all right? I will talk more about this. Remember, you are applying for a Schengen visa, but the purpose now is study option, okay? So you need to really strategize and know what is going to happen. Then you can be asked another questions like, do you have any family members or friends living in Europe, or what is your purpose of your visit, or who will you pay your visit to, or who will pay for your visit, and things like that. You understand? In this case now, if you are asked who will pay for your visit, you have to understand that your sponsorship letters now have to come in, all right. Remember I said, if you didn't hear that before, I have said it is good to show your own personal bank account and your credit card, all right. You should have a credit card that is accessible to Europe. Then get let me say the bank account of your sponsor, your parents. Very important, your parents only, because remember you have to show documents as well. So it's very important. They can also ask you who will be paying for your visit, or are you married? If yes, what does your spouse do, and things like that, all right. Other questions that you may be asked include how long are you going to be staying in Europe, and in this case, do not forget when your program is going to end, all right, and tell them exactly when your program is going to end, because they expect you to leave the country when your program ends. Never you tell a consular official or a visa official that you intend to leave more than the expected date of your program, all right. If your program is going to end maybe on the 28th of December 2024, tell them exactly like that, all right. Never you make them understand you will remain in that country. Then how long are you going to stay in Europe? I already talked about that. Where are you going to be staying? Of course, remember you have an accommodation you already paid for or maybe booked for, so you need to know the location at hand, know it. What are your educational qualifications? You need to know, of course, the highest level of qualifications you have, and which company do you work for. If you work, explain to them. If you don't, explain to them, all right. And remember, if you are telling them you don't work, you shouldn't have any document among your documents that prove that you are working, all right. I hope this information is clear. Yes, I always insist on the language. You have to learn the Czech language because it is very, very important and it can guide you, all right? Especially when you are moving into Czech Republic for the first time. It is very, very important. So, when you are moving, all right, or when you arrive Czech Republic, it is very important. Look around, all right? Don't just move like a hey, Johnny just come. You understand? You have to be smart. You have to look around. Like I said, they will do a tuberculosis test. All right, your documents have to be authenticated, your WAEC and your NECO. or maybe any other document, and the other documents I already explained them before. I talked about them already. Now, the other document you need is your bank statement. I will talk more about your bank statement in another video, but just understand that you need your bank statement in order to apply for the Czech visa. Like I said, the visa may take 2 months, 3 months, or more. It just depends on how the workload of the embassy is and how situations are at that particular point, all right? Then, Cameroonians, check where I asked you to check. I already told you you can check online, and you will find an embassy or a consular, all right, that manages the visa processes in Cameroon, in Douala. Check that as well. Then your criminal record has to be present. You also need to have your criminal record intact. Now, that is for the documents. I already talked about all of this before. Then moving further now, you need to book an appointment, and when your appointment is with them, maybe probably through a call or something, then at the end of the day, you get everything done. You move to Czech Republic. When you arrive Czech Republic now, you need to pay attention to things like accommodation, all right? There are platforms where you can book accommodation. Let me say you can book accommodation and maybe online from Facebook, like Facebook Market, all right? But I will not suggest that you take accommodation from online, especially because sometimes what you get is not what you ordered. You understand? So it will be good if you enter into Czech Republic before you look for your accommodation or something. That is what I think, and that is my suggestion. Then again, accommodation in Czech Republic is not that expensive. You may find maybe a big apartment, or I don't mean just one apartment, 2 bedroom. 2 bedroom means 2 beds, a kitchen, a toilet, and maybe a sitting room, all right, for maybe £400, a good one. Or maybe you might find 1 bedroom for 400. It all depends. Like I said, a very good one. So living cost in Czech is not that big, but understand that as soon as you move away from bigger cities, I have always said this here times and again, that if you move away from Prague, or maybe if you are closer into Prague, it may be somehow expensive. But as you move wider into the let me say the well-organized areas like Prague and other big cities, is going to be expensive. But if you move away from Prague and go into the interiors, it is going to be cheap, all right? So these are some of the things you need to put into consideration. Also understand that for the jobs, as the living cost is not that much, also expect the cost or payment to be less, because this is how it is. You cannot compare Czech Republic to countries like Dublin, Ireland, or maybe you cannot compare Prague like Dublin, Ireland, or maybe other places in the Czech. You are comparing them to the United Kingdom, Liverpool, Manchester, all right? People who work in these other places will earn more. But now, if you are in Czech, know that, like I said, cost of living is not that high like in these places, because if you earn more in these places, you are going to pay more for cost of living. Okay, you get the point. So in Czech Republic, it is not that more, and you are going to get less salary. I hope you understand. The currency is not that strong as compared to, they use their own money, all right? They check, I think it's a kron or something. So that is what you should know. Now, living costs, I already talked about the living costs, and that one is trashed out. I already talked about accommodation. That one is trashed out. The visa process, like I said, you have to pay for the visa fee, all right? It's not free. When you want to apply for a Czech visa, you have to pay for the visa. It's not free, all right? So don't get things twisted. Nobody should deceive you that it is free. No, there is no visa which is free. Again, understand that Czech Republic is found in Europe, in the center of Europe. So if you are in Czech Republic, you can always move freely or easily into other European countries, all right? I think if you are in Czech, it will be easier for you to move into neighboring places like Slovenia, Slovakia, maybe Bulgaria, and all these other places, Poland, Iceland, and all the rest, all right? Iceland may be a little bit complicated because it is not closer to, you know, Iceland, it is found somewhere surrounded by a piece of water, all right? Not a piece of land, because Iceland means that an island is a piece of land surrounded by water. So an Iceland will be somewhere, but Czech will not be somehow close. You understand what I mean? So if you intend to move, just organize yourself, plan yourself well, and you apply for the visa, because then nothing good comes easy, all right? Let me tell you a story, because even if when I look at some of the, let me say, the expenditures or the costs in some of these countries, it is somehow a little more, because even in Northern Cyprus, we used to be 4, and we used to be four in an apartment, and we're paying close to like £350. All right, if you want to bring that into euros, it's around 425 euros. All right, or something, maybe not more than, or plus or minus, but it's still the same. So I think but our own apartment was very old. All right, it's an old apartment. But if you want to look at the apartment, there were other apartments, all right, well furnished apartments that were more expensive than ours, £500, £600, but two-bedroom, I mean, all right. Mine was three-bedroom, though not a like a good three-bedroom, but there are other apartments in Northern Cyprus that are expensive more than £500, all right. So if you are looking at Czech Republic, I think the accommodation system is the same, though the price is different. But looking at job perspective, Czech Republic is the best. All right. So there are a lot of schools you can apply to. If you are looking for schools to apply in the Czech, you should be able to look at schools like Prague University. There are a lot of universities in the Czech Republic. All right. Maybe not a lot like compared to the